Alright guys, so I'm coming at you here today with the Showstopper interior. So first off, this is by us having the T-tops, and apparently somebody had did the car before, because I think these should have went all the way up in front, the plastic clips here, but it's not. So, but it's fine because I'm gonna glue it up there. So what I want to do first, which I already did, is I want to measure the highest point here, and I come, and it looked like this back piece that goes towards the back window is 10 inches, but I've actually did it 11.5, and I can trim this back section off later. Alright, so then I want to come across and I want to measure from one end of this to the other to see how long this whole piece is here. So I want to measure there. And I want to come all the way across. And it looked like this is going to be about 51 from one end to the next. But what I'm probably going to do is go 53, leave an extra inch on each side. I already measured a couple of these panels up, so I was able to find this. They sell it different colors, but this came in this dark blue. So what I'm gonna be doing, guys, is I'm gonna be scuffing this up and clean this, just like how I think I did a video on how to dye a steering wheel. So I'm gonna clean this, and it's got a foam backing, so I'm gonna have to let it dry before I dye it. But I'm gonna be dyeing this whole thing the color, the blue that I'm going with my interior. It's a lighter blue. Alright guys, see the wrinkles in there? All I'm doing is trying to get these wrinkles out of here. I want this panel to be nice and smooth. Alright, so all I'm doing, I got the towel on here. I didn't wet it because the heat is radiating through this towel. Alright, here's a better view of how wrinkled that is. So, alright, see how those wrinkles come up out of there? It's good to go now. Alright, so then I just want to come through . All they did was sold the two pieces of material together, and then they sold the plastic clip here towards the edge of this, like halfway between there. So alright guys, I'm gonna come in here, try to do the best I can with the camera angle here. Alright, so I got the two pieces of fabric. What I want to do what you want to do is you sewing face to face. So you just want to line these up. You want to line these up. And then I marked a line here. And also, just over time, it's just wore out on this other side. But I could sit this here. And then when I measure that, it should be a 1/2 inch. Pull it back. Yep, right there. That's a 1/2 inch. So that's all I need. So with the industrial sewing machine or any sewing machine, they say you should grease them, oil them up every day, not grease, oil. So all I want to do is put this up against this stop here. Make sure that my pieces are lined up on both sides. Then I just want to stick my needle between the two materials. Alright, so I want to lock my stitch there. So that's why I flip this handle back and forth and you lock your stitch in. Then you want to keep these other two pieces here lined up at all times. So what I'm gonna do is I'll sew this in here, and then actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure again, or else what I can do is just sew here, well, right where I figure the end should be. What I'm gonna end up doing is double stitching in that area, so when I trim this down, my stitches won't let loose here. So I'm gonna have to look at the whole piece and see, and I just need to come in and just double stitch in on both ends where I think it should be cut at. So anywhere in there, that'll be fine, and then the glue will hold some of this in here too. Okay guys, so now if you see how dark that, how much material, how much thread is there. So that's double stitched. And like I said, wherever I cut this at, then I put a little glue on there. This is locked in. It's not gonna start back coming loose now. And it's stitched in over the other stitch in there. Alright guys, so I just want to show you. That's why I never really take everything off at one time, because I want to put this piece on the same way they had it on. So they had it on this way, because I'm looking at this. They had it on this way. So I want to put it on this piece here that same way. So now I'm gonna come in with this whole big piece now. So I'm gonna pull my string tight. I'll do my 1/2 inch. Make sure these materials are lined up right. Alright guys, so here go the headliner in one piece. Now normally, like I was saying earlier in the video, these here, you normally have these here all the way up the headliner. But by this being a T-top car, up through the center here, it's got slots for them. But they was not in the car here, which is fine because I'm gonna glue the outside of this to the T-top, the actual T-top trim. So that's gonna hold this center section up, and in the front, it's just gonna glue in the front. So this is the headliner on the back side. Like I said, it's only got 2 pieces here. So it only got 2 sections of slots here that holds the headliner piece in, and as you see, they got all of this foam in there, and those other 3 would be what would hold the T-top in place, but it's nothing there, so I'm just gonna glue. All right guys, so this is the back, the top side. I have already, in part 2 that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to show how I'm dyeing this, switching the color over. So that'll be in the next video that I do of the showstopper. So stay tuned guys, but this is the cover. Like I say, normally it would have 3 more sections to be sold in. But by it being a T-top car, it only had 2 in there, and the other 3 was missing. I guess because maybe that's the way they do the T-tops. Now, this is the first time I'm doing this with a T-top car or even a headliner. So a lot of things I do, guys, is a first, but it's just common sense with a lot of it, guys. But stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to show how I'm dyeing this and how I install this in there. So stay tuned, guys. Subscribe, man. Watch the whole videos if you can. And share. If you like these videos, share. Let a friend know, man. You know, stay updated. All right. Thanks.